All right, guys, welcome back to another video. It's been a couple of weeks since I uploaded, for no real reason other than I forgot. I was gonna film this video sort of last Sunday, and then I got busy, and then I forgot to film it during the week. So it's been 2 weeks since my last video. It's been 2 weeks since I last filmed a video, and since then my training's been flying. It's been perfect. So I'll go over the first week. The first week that obviously I missed and haven't filmed for, and then I'll go over the week that has just passed. So starting off on that Monday, as per usual, my bench. So we had 230 kilos for a couple of singles and smoked them. Nice and easy, moved fast, doesn't feel hard at all. Best my bench has ever felt, moved really clean, can't really complain. To be fair, I don't really remember what it was like. It's been so long now, but I just remember feeling it was super easy. So nothing to really report back on that first bench day. Now squats, obviously coming off the 405 being dumped over my head, we're just gonna see how I feel and, you know, judge it sort of on the day. The plan was obviously to take 405 again if I was feeling good, and if I wasn't feeling good, then we'll just take like a 330. As I was warming up, I actually felt really good, but I could feel the sort of fatigue setting in, and I could feel that my body wasn't 100%. That glute issue that I spoke about last time was still there, and my mid back was just feeling a bit tight. So we just went up to 330, nice and easy single. Didn't worry about hitting anything more than that. I was hoping to hit like 370 and then see how that felt, but after the 330, it was a good choice not to bother going up again. And 370 is, I mean, it's easy, but it's also not a deload, and I don't want to add any extra fatigue. It's just not needed. So moving on to Thursday, second bench day. This was a big session, but a good one. 190 kilos plus chains for 2 sets of 5. Big PB. My previous best was a double at 190 plus chains. So to hit 2 sets of 5 and still feel like I had some in the tank was huge, really good. My bench at the moment is the best it's ever been. The technique changes and the adjustment to using the fat pad, and then obviously having my mobility be a bit better, so the low bar squatting isn't impacting my shoulders and elbows as much, has been massive this prep. And the fact that I'm 3-4 weeks out now and I have no lingering shoulder or elbow pain is massive. So yeah, we should bench something really big on the day, get a nice bench PB as well, provided everything from here on out goes really well. So yeah, 190 2x5 with chains, and then I moved on to 170 or 175 for sets of 6 or 8, I can't remember, but obviously I'll play it so you guys will be able to see. And again, moved really easy, like a lot easier than what I was expecting. Especially considering that it's either 5 or 10 kilos away from my best set at 8. I'm pretty sure I did 170 or 175 for 8s, but yeah, anyway, like I said, you guys will see it. But being that close to my top set of 8, like the best I've ever done at 180, after doing the PB chain work is huge. Like it just proves that the chains and all my benching at the moment is just flying. It just feels really good. So yeah, should bench something quite nice. So yeah, so far the 3 sessions I had that week were perfect, and then we're moving on to deads. Now, last week 330 for 2 singles wasn't great. I set up too narrow, nowhere for my hips to really go. So I came in on the weekend after that 330 and sort of messed around with my starting position, mainly where my feet go, how close I was to the bar, just to get a better feel of where I should actually be, as opposed to where I should have been when I was obviously like a lot lighter. And yeah, that deadlift session of working on that little technique-y stuff like really helped. And then Friday I had 340 for a single, and it was the easiest 340 has ever moved. And it wasn't even hard. Like it felt super light in my hands. I felt like I could hold it for an hour if I needed to, and the whole rep was just perfect. Didn't really slow down at lockout. It was just smooth the whole way, and that's huge. Like obviously deadlifts in the past haven't been amazing. They used to be really good, and they obviously took a downward turn, but I feel like I'm starting to come back up again, and that 340 made me feel like I could pull 370 to 380. Like it just felt so easy. So super happy. Like I said, my training over the last 2 weeks has been phenomenal. So I can't really complain. It's been so good. And obviously one of the reasons it's been so good is because I've been keeping on top of my sleep, my nutrition, my hydration. All that stuff has been pretty much bang on, it's been perfect. The steps as well, still moving, but not overdoing it or anything like that. But still moving and walking enough that my body feels good, and that little active recovery sort of that you get with it has been massive as well, because I'm going into each session feeling fresh and feeling good, even if I am carrying a little bit more fatigue. Monday bench day again. So I had an equal PB of 235 kilos for 2 singles. Last time I only did it for 1 single, and it was hard. Like, to be fair to myself, I did come off being sick, so it was never going to be the fastest rep, but I really had to grind it out. But this 235, both reps, flew like nothing. Didn't feel heavy, felt super light. The pauses on both reps were really good. Can't complain, like just perfect. Perfect sort of start to this week as well. Yeah, just really wanted to smoke this 235, this equal PB, to sort of, get a gauge of what I've got left in the tank. And I was hoping that it was going to be like, good enough that I was confident for 240, but now I'm confident enough for like 245. I feel like I've got 10 kilos at least in the tank. All those, like I said, those technique changes have helped. Having the ability to keep in all the secondary accessories and bench day has been huge for my bench. And it's not a surprise as to why it's flying. Onto squat. So we just decided to take 400 instead of 405 because in reality, 5 kilos doesn't really matter. And I came into that session feeling really good, a lot more stable. Like I said, the issue we had last time is that the plates were rolling. That didn't happen this time. We did change bars to one of the older ones that we have here. And I just felt so much more stable under that bar from the start. Like, I noticed it at like 230, how stable I felt. With the old bar, it just feels like it's sort of a part of you when you're squatting. With the other one, I felt like wasn't a part of you. It felt like I was fighting against it the whole time, just trying to keep that balance. So pretty confident going into this session almost immediately, and especially, following last week's deload of 330, because that was with the one of the older bars, the older Sportscraft bars as well. So confident going into this session, and squat of 400, nice and smooth. I've definitely done 400 faster than that, but I wasn't looking for speed. I was just looking to get a nice solid 400 on the board, and I feel like I did that. It felt really easy. It felt like there's a lot more in the tank, even though it wasn't super fast. So going forward for my next and probably the final squat, I think we will take around 420 again, same sort of squat I did for big dogs. But I think hopefully this time around the execution will be a bit better. And then obviously hopefully we can convert that to hitting it on comp day and securing that squat PB as well. Onto second bench day, so Thursday chains. This was a big session, but I was probably the most happy with this session actually of the week. Look, all sessions were amazing this week, so it's hard to sort of pick the favorite, but I just think this one like really hit home about how much my bench has sort of improved. So 200 kilos on chains, 2 sets of 3. And I felt like I could do 4 or 5 reps for both sets, like felt really strong. So that's a 10 kilo PB and an extra rep and an extra set. So yeah, bench is absolutely flying at the moment, but 200 kilos in chains for triples is huge. I didn't think I'd quite get there this prep. I was hoping to do like maybe doubles, especially doing triples with extra reps in the tank is massive. So after that, I moved on to the incline, 180 kilos for 2 sets of 6. So even though that's not a PB, I have done a set of 8. I'm not sure if I've done 2 sets of 8 or not, but yeah, I've done at least 1 set of 8. But both sets were really easy. So again, it's awesome to think that after hitting heavy PBs on my chain bench, that I'm so close to rep PBs on my incline anyway. Like, I'm right there. And in reality, if you watch, obviously you watch it because I put it up, but I can hit 8. Like, I can hit 8 now after doing all that extra work. Where last time I did 8, I was fresh. I don't know if I really hit anything heavy prior to prior to doing that set. So yeah, I might have done some overhead press, but overhead press doesn't fatigue you or tax you anywhere near as much as like heavy chain bench. So yeah, really happy how that session went. We did have a deload session, deload deadlift on Friday, but I actually felt a bit sick. So my sinuses were playing up. I don't know if I still sound a bit snotty or not too bad, but my sinuses were playing up. And because it was going to be a deload, a 270 pull, I just decided to stay home and not train, mainly because I don't like getting other people in the gym sick. I'm not into coming into this place and spreading my germs around, I guess, and especially for a deload. If it was a max deadlift or like a really important session, I'd come in, I'd get it done, I'd just sit at the back of the gym away from everyone. But for a deload, it's just not worth it. I'm going to be able to relax, and get the rest that I need anyway. But yeah, so that was my last couple of weeks of training. It's been phenomenal. Never been more sure of how strong I am and how close I am to 1,000 and all that sort of stuff. And I feel like the strength is there. I just need to execute on the day to get my 1,000. And yeah, I guess we'll just sort of wait and see. And hopefully these next few weeks go just as well as this week did, or these last 2 weeks. And we'll just have to, wait and see, I suppose. But yeah, thank you for watching. I want to be there. It's backwards for you guys, I think, but that's where I want to be. Where is it? There. I want to take it off this fucking guy. I'm coming for this. This is mine.